What's up guys? So I'm super excited at the moment, and if you're an avid follower of the channel, it won't surprise you because you know that I get excited about a lot of things. But for a while now I've been looking for a super small form factor case that has been built well, really clean and simple, and also doesn't cost an arm and a leg. And I think today that I found it. This is the AK-730 mini ITX case from Akyga, if that's how you pronounce it. And it's super clean, really well built, and at the moment currently costs as little as £22 on Amazon. Now after doing some research, it kind of appears that this is actually a discontinued unit and they must just have some in stock, and I can't guarantee how long that will last for. But I thought today we could take a look and dig in and see what we'd actually get. Now straight away I thought it was quite impressive with the fact that they do use a recycling packaging. And that packaging actually comes a bit like a bit of a laptop box. So we can simply just open it up from the top here, just like that. On the back, we've got all the dimensions and all the specifications of the case itself, as well as any markings around the edges that tell you exactly what's in the box. But if we start to have a look and get it out, we can see that even as far as packaging goes, it's actually quite a simple thing altogether. So that's the case in its current format. We've got two sponge panels and obviously the plastic covering just to protect it. If we remove that plastic covering and get rid of them over there, slide it out, we can see that this case is actually tiny compared to many out there on the market. Now it comes in a black colouring and the front is actually in a bit more of a glossy kind of black colour. And it is a little bit more traditional looking more than anything. It's got a place for a CD drive, your on and off switch, a reset switch, your power LEDs, two USB 2s, as well as a microphone and a headphone jack in the front. On the back we can see that it's got the I/O port for your motherboard and also a port for a flex PSU, which I thought was quite impressive because that's exactly what I wanted inside one of the cases like this. To open it up, it simply takes 3 screws on the back, which is a shame that they didn't use thumb screws, but you can always replace them afterwards. What I might do is actually replace them with something like black screws, just so, because I don't really need the toolless entry, but it would just look a little bit nicer with that in black, as well as obviously a black I/O shield on the motherboard and also a black power supply. But if we can't find them, then we'll actually just paint them up anyway. Once we remove the screws, the top simply slides off or slides back and up, and we can take it off. And as we can see, the top has got lots of ventilation holes in it so that we can actually get air into the system through some kind of fan system. Inside we can actually see that it's really basic. We've got a bag with some extras, we've got our USB cables from the front panel plus all of the other connectors, and we have 2 actual caddies mounted at the back for a 2.5 SSD, so it can only fit one of them in there, and also one of these slimline DVD drives or Blu-ray drives from something like a laptop. So that'll actually all slide in there, and you can just pop the panel out the front, so you'll have your front all nice up on that bit there. The motherboard fitting for this is actually an ITX. You can't fit anything more bigger in there, but that's okay because that's exactly what we wanted. The CPU cooler distance from the actual motherboard to the top of the case is a maximum of 45mm, so we'll have to look at fitting either something like one of the Cooler Master G200Ps or one of the Noctua alternatives, but that's perfectly fine because we want something super quiet, super shallow and super small as well. If we take a look at the extras that we get with it, we can see that we get a simple bag of screws with a couple of cable ties in it for tying up the wiring, and we also get 2 stands that can be used to stand the console or the case on its end, and these are actually movable, so we can slightly undo the screws at the bottom and we can actually put them in and out, and they've got rubber pads on the bottom, so the case itself would look a little bit like this. If we put it back together again, slide the case down, slide it into place, and then we can simply sit it onto its feet just like that, and we can have it either vertically or horizontally mounted. I'm actually quite impressed with this case. I didn't think it would come this well built because it is very solid, the steel's very thick, it's got ventilation holes all over it, on the sides, on the top, and the front, although it's a little bit plain and it's probably a little bit old-fashioned now, I think that actually it's perfect for doing a bit of a modding job on. So what we'll do is we'll take a look and see what we can do with this going forward, and it may actually be the case that I use in another console build going forward, because I think it would be absolutely perfect for that. Let me know in the comments what you think about this case. If you've got one, did you find any problems with actually fitting anything into it? And also drop down any ideas on what you think I should build into it going forward.